Peace family, you boy finally Neutron representing for Bout.online.com. Join with Floss Mode, aka Floss Angeles. Definitely peace to everybody worldwide. Joining us, breaking down some hip hop conversation.
Yo, yo, what it do to everybody? Hope everybody's well. Got a lot of things going on in the industry right now. So Bonds kick that shit.
Yeah, definitely man. I mean it's been uh important week, I guess, as far as things go with just hip hop as usual. And not just hip hop, just with everything as the world turns, there's always new news and new highlights. But this week we've got quite an array of positive news, which has been quite good. A lot of the times there's always a lot of focus I feel on the negative, or sometimes to something that can be construed as negative. So it's good that when we have positive news, we can also highlight it also and speak on it. And one of the things that's been quite positive that has made the news has been the rapper E-40. Definitely shouts out to E-40 getting an honorary doctorate degree from GSU alma mater. So E-40 can be referred to as Dr. E-40 now, as he has received the honorary doctorate from the same school that he attended as an undergrad back in the 80s. The legendary rapper was awarded this last Friday during a Grambling State University commencement ceremony in Louisiana. So definitely shouts out to E-40. Definitely huge to see a hip hop icon being celebrated in such regard when we think about just some of the accomplishments of the West Coast and the West Coast scene, the Bay Area, things of
Mm-hmm.
that nature.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely gotta give it up to E-40 and a lot of work that he's
That's,
done.
that's 40 Watt, that 40 Watt L, Magazine Street, Vallejo. You know what I mean? The Crest Side. Big up to E40. Basically, if he can do it, you can do it. That nigga came, we came from. You know what I'm saying? And big up to Master P too. I heard Master P got his uh got his stuff too. You know what I'm saying? So these are two people that come from, you know, the beginnings of negativity and turned it into something positive. You know what I'm saying? So, big up to Earl Stevens. You know what I mean? I have sipped some of his wine before, and boy, it knocked me on my ass. You know what I mean? So, shout out to E40 and the Click, Sugar T, Be Legit, and D Shot.
I mean, speaking of Master P, it was reported that Master P and Juice World's mother are doing their bit to raise mental health awareness at a Hollywood and Mind Summit. So they say the first Hollywood and Mind Summit took place a couple of weeks ago on a Thursday afternoon, bringing industry leaders together for conversations on how the entertainment and tech industries can help break down the stigma surrounding mental health. In attendance was Master P and Juice World's mother, Carmela Wallace, who sat on a panel and discussed their healing journeys both after losing children. Obviously, it was reported Master P lost his daughter and Juice World's mother, speaking. So it's quite impactful to see, people using their voices for such a powerful issue when we're looking at just, mental health advocacy, drug awareness and stuff like that. So definitely shouts out to those guys for doing their bit. And, you know, when we think of young artists losing their life and stuff as well, hopefully this is something that can reach young people. I can't say I'm the most familiar with Juice WRLD's music. I'm familiar with him as an artist and obviously his story. So, hopefully they can bridge like two generations together, from the younger generation, the older generation, and reach and teach people when necessary.
Yeah, because mental health is definitely real, and it could affect anybody. You know, it's a real situation. You know what I mean? And then if sometimes people don't even know that they have mental illness. You know what I'm saying? Until somebody else had to tell. I just recently found out somebody who I love found out that they had mental illness. You know what I mean? You look at people and you be like, that's just them. You know what I mean? But no, mental illness is real, and sometimes taking taking certain medicines these doctors don't know what the hell they're doing. Sometimes they just give people medications thinking that's going to solve everything, and sometimes it makes it worse. You know what I mean? So, it is real, and love your loved ones still, even though, they have mental illness. You can only take so much, though. I'm definitely going through it right now. So, um, uh, it's real. So, shout out to all the people that's taking care of people that got mental illness.
And no, definitely a real one. Even at the minute, we're observing Mental Health Awareness Month, and as you said, this is you know something that afflicts, I think, 1 in 3 people. So it definitely affects a lot of people. In some cases, some people, as you said, may not even have an understanding or an awareness in some aspects. So great work that these guys are doing to raise that awareness. Definitely salute to Master P and condolences to both parties and families for their losses and everybody else who's been affected by similar circumstances and situations. In a more positive story, not to negate the positivity of the work that those guys are doing, but rapper Ludacris has received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He was seen celebrating along with his daughters. Ludacris, 45-year-old rapper, been in the game for some years now, has made phenomenal strides with not just music but also movies. Also, has now received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. We know you was out there quite recently. Seen Ice T
Hmm.
receive his star. We've seen Martin Lawrence get his star recently and stuff. And now Ludacris, hip hop rapper, getting his star on the Walk of Fame. What do you think?
Big up to Luda. Me living in Atlanta, we used to run across Luda a lot and all of that. Uh, I'm proud of that catfish face ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud. Lionel Richie looking. No, big up to Luda. I remember being in Atlanta and listening to Luda's it's a show in the morning. Him and Poon Daddy. You know what I'm saying, out of L.A. Him and Chris Love and Poon Daddy show. And what's Carmelo Anthony's wife, Lala Anthony. She used to be up there working with Luda and all that type of stuff too. So I'm just playing around for Luda for his day, but I'm proud of him. Congratulations. You know what I'm saying? And it's been a long journey. He's been doing his thing and hope he continue to do some more.
No doubt, man. I mean, speaking of doing their thing, I definitely want to say rest in peace and condolences to one of my mentors and teachers, Adolfo Shabba Quinones. Better known to some as Ozone from the breakdance movies, one of the innovators of locking and sway style. Definitely a godfather of street dance, some know him as the Bob Fosse of the streets. And he recently was commemorated with an honorary street named after him in Chicago. And the street says Godfather of Street Dance, Adolfo Shabba Quinones. So he was a choreographer for a lot of stars, including Lionel Richie, Luther Vandross, and Madonna.
Mhm.
And he's had a decorated career within dance. So for him to be
Shout out, yeah. Shout
honored
out and
with a
rest in peace
street
to
named after
Shabba.
him in Chicago, yeah, definitely a great look for him to have that street named
It's,
after him in
it's,
Chicago.
I encountered Shabba because my parents, my mom and dad used to dance on Soul Train. So, uh, they used to talk about the Lockers all the time, Camelot Jr., Shabba,
Mm.
uh, um, all the Lockers. I can't name all of them, but
Freaky Luke,
yeah, you know what
yeah,
I mean.
there was Freaky Luke. There
Big
was
big
a
up to
sister
Shabba
of
because
Fawn. Yeah,
he was a good. And the funny thing about it was maybe like
Mr.
a year
Penguin.
yeah, a rerun. You know what I mean? Maybe like a year or two before Shabba had died, I had seen him on Facebook, and we had went back and forth and was talking. You know what I'm saying? And then he died. It's crazy how people push off from this earth, man. But I was just watching it last night. It's so ironic you talk about breaking. I was just watching it last night, and I wanted while we saying that
Oh
about
wow,
Shabba, I want to say rest in peace to the Mexican dude. And remember the Mexican
yeah,
dude and the black dude.
yeah, yeah.
His name
Yeah,
was
he passed away from
Poppin'
his
Taco.
electric popping taco. He passed away
Poppin'
definitely.
Taco. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
That Mexican was hard, dude. That Mexican was he was like a character for real. And he just died not that long ago. So rest in peace to Papa Taco, man.
He died not long. He actually did it. He actually did a song and a video not too long ago with himself, and it actually featured Turbo, Boogaloo
Hmm.
Shrimp, and Papa Taco was in there. So those guys, they kept a good relationship, to the end and stuff. Really heavy pioneers in the street dance, and it's like sometimes we spoke about in the past where we say, when we look at some of the early fundaments and the practitioners of hip hop in some of the early beginnings, and blacks and Latinos and stuff as well. We give it up to the
Hmm.
Latinos that were involved as well, and definitely like Pop and Taco. We don't see
All right.
any kind of color or anything. That's one thing I loved about the breaking movies. Myself was when we used to watch them and we seen just that kind of vivid imagery of, everybody out there, but it was different races of people and stuff as well, all getting
Mhm.
down. It was, the music bringing them together. The opening scene had Jean Claude Van Damme before he was even a big star or anything when they're at the beach and they're dancing
All right.
around. And he did, he was hired as an extra or something as a dancer, but, just that kind of vibe was very important, and so definitely, it's great to see Shabba get his star. Well, not his star, his flowers in that regard. We've been speaking about stars, but his star gonna keep shining bright. I had the privilege of being able to work with him on his UK tour when he was out here. So definitely good people. And speaking of even being honored, somebody else has been honored, which is arguably the GOAT when it comes to hip hop and rap music. A lot of people will say he the best to ever done it, one of the greatest to have ever done it. Definitely in the top. Tupac Shakur, he's gonna be honored with an Oakland Street in his honor.
Mhm.
So definitely, a huge accomplishment. Definitely salute to the whole Shakur family. Mo Preem and
Mhm.
everybody, Matulu, and all the
And
rest of
his
the
sister
family.
Seth and all of them, his
Yep.
sister and all of them. Yeah, rest in peace and shout out to the Thug Lord, boss of all bosses, Tupac. Um, and while that's on my mind, I have to say another rest in peace. This is crazy. Another rest in peace. So shocking. Rest in peace to Jim Brown. You know what I'm saying? The football icon. You know, it seemed like Jim Brown. He was a beast on the field, but his heart was huge because he was out there in South Central LA. I'm talking about around the real thugs, the real gangbangers, the real thugs, and he wasn't scared of them. He would give them alternatives and you know opportunities to get jobs and turn their life around. And he was really dedicated to that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, he was a street dude too. So rest in peace to Jim Brown. G.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. Another huge icon and legend. Sad report that came in, I believe, as of a couple of days. He passed away, 87 years old. Former NFL running back, social activist, movie star. I mean, one of a kind, all class, one of a kind type of individual.
No nonsense. Straightforward, straight up. 6 o'clock, no chaser, straight up. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play. He had beat the brake pads off you. He was, you know what I'm saying? He was a man's man. You know what I mean? So respect that man. And I'm just been all over the news and stuff like that. When I heard, I was like, damn, a person that everybody got their time, but while he was here, he was definitely trying to mend and get these gangbangers in order. You know what I'm saying? The right way. You know what I'm saying? Instead of killing them, you're trying to give them opportunities and stuff like that. So rest in peace to Jim Brown, man.
No, definitely, man. So, even just finishing up on there, on the Tupac street, they say it's a section that's going to be called the Tupac Shakur Way as a
Hmm.
part of an Oakland initiative to commemorate legendary figures from the Bay Area. Some people have chimed in and they feel and they say, well, it should be Marin City, it should be, it should be the East Coast, it should be Baltimore. We do know. Tupac obviously had his experiences of traveling and living in different places, and the
Mhm.
figure that he was, a lot of people want to have the honor to, I guess, furnish, something of that magnitude and say, So I kind of get that, but I think
He should have
I'm,
put
I'm
LA,
happy
bro.
with it being in Oakland. But you say it should be in LA.
Should be out of LA. The man made the song called "To Live and Die in LA." You feel what I'm talking about? I'm sure he loved Oakland, and Oakland was a part of him, and Marin, Marin City and all that. Shout out to Marin and the whole Bay Area, Oakland, uh, Hayward, Richmond. You know what I'm saying? Concord, the whole Bay Area. But I feel like Tupac didn't get all the way and hit his pinnacle until he hit the land. You know what I'm saying? When he hit the land, that's when it went haywire, and he's only out 8 months. You know what I'm saying, before his demise. Uh, but the man loved L.A. You know what I'm saying? Be at Roscoe, like to see Tupac bald head ass riding around. You know what I mean? Pushing up Wilshire in a black Rolls Royce. You know what I'm saying? By itself, that type of thing. It's a shame that he died so young, but it's well deserved. I definitely want to see it. I mean, I definitely want to go back to. I ain't been in LA in a minute, so um, I want to see the museum too.
Well, I mean, hopefully it's something that people take on the initiative. As we know, I believe there's multiple streets in different places that have the same name or similar name. So hopefully it's an initiative where there might be a Tupac Shakur way initially there in Oakland, but maybe it spans out and they have it in other places. You could have you could
You
have
should
one
have
in
more than
Canada.
one.
Yeah,
Should have
exactly.
more than one. You know what I'm saying? They should have one in Vegas where he got shot at right there on Flamingo. You know what I'm saying? Every year, a bunch of people on his birthday meet right there where he got shot at. You know what I'm saying? They should, Vegas. I ain't gonna get into that. I was about to say something, but I ain't gonna say it. But uh, I think that in Vegas they do have a little compassion for Tupac. They have some murals and some things that they named after him. But I think that would be hot if they could change uh, the street Flamingo. We call it Tupac Way. That should be hot.
Yeah, it'll be different, bro. Well, I mean, definitely, you guys let us know what you guys think in regards to Tupac Shakur Way. Would you want to see one pop up in your neck of the woods, perhaps?
Mm.
I mean,
I think he should get.
I definitely did one out here in the UK. I doubt it would happen, but
He need more than a street. I think Tupac should have. I think he has one. I'm not knowing for sure, but if he doesn't, he should have a star on the Walk of Fame.
yeah, no, that's a shout. Something I'll have to look into that.
I'm not sure. I think it is, but I would think that we would know if Pac had a star on the Walk of Fame. So if he doesn't have one, that's what they should be pushing for.
Yeah, no, definitely. So we're gonna wind down on this one a little short update. As I said, it's been good to bring some positive news and developments with things that are happening throughout hip hop and the culture. Definitely appreciate everybody tapping in with us. Do join us on batteronline.com for more reviews, news, views, interviews, and all that stuff. Shout out to
I
Mixer
still,
Reviews, who definitely be doing a lot of great stuff online in terms of putting together and curating a lot of the
I'm
digital
about to
content.
get all the paper. We bout that. All about the scratch. We bout that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to get in, man. You boy, Floss Angeles, aka Floss Mode. Anything you want to let the people know before we tune out?
Um. Uh. Nah, not yet. It's too soon. But I got something. I got something in the works. It's gonna be tremendo. You know what I mean? 9.9 on the Richter scale coming up in a couple of months. But I'll wait till it get down the line and then bust their heads wide open. You know what I mean? So I'll wait. It's
Okay.
good, bro. Y'all hold your heads, y'all hold your head. I got something big coming.
Boom, well, you see, you heard it there like that. Big stuff in the pipelines. Definitely stay tuned, stay rocking. Turn up or tune out. We're definitely out on this one. Peace.